All right, let's talk about a company that I am not familiar with. And maybe you are. This is the Precision Knife Works Warnetec is the model. Dan Hosen is the owner. Here is some contact information. I will put some links down below to like Instagram and his website and things like that. Here is a little bit about this particular knife. All right, so comes in a nice zippered pouch, kind of silk screened on there, which is cool. I appreciate packaging, and it does come like in a box with the pouch, right? So I appreciate packaging. Does it make or break my purchasing decision? No. But let me know down below your thoughts, because I have spent a lot of money on knives before, and it comes in a Ziploc bag, wrapped in bubble wrap and shoved in a shipping box. That's just not a great customer experience. And I've had a lot of makers tell me, well, do you want me to spend money on the packaging or do you want me to spend more money on the knife? I want you to do both, quite frankly. But let's not get into that. That's a niche comment for me. And I don't know. That's not even the right word. That's my personal thoughts. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. This thing is super freaking cool. And I'm not even a warny guy. Like, I understand the utilitarianness of a Wharncliffe blade, which is just this straight across blade with a tip, right? It's like, that's your quintessential Wharncliffe right there. I think this one over here, this is a Todd Fisher Jr. Cobra, and I think this is more of like a sheep's foot blade. There's a little bit of belly, and it's kind of a more, rounded, like, so they're basically the same, and the terms are, in my world, kind of used interchangeably, but I think the true Wharncliffe or Warney blade is straight across. The owner of this, Will, told me, be careful, this one's super sharp. And it looks sharp. From a mile away, it looks screaming sharp. So I am a little bit nervous about this one. All right, so Dan, the owner the maker, is down in Southern California, I believe. And these are being done by an OEM. This is their production run. He has now started doing some custom versions, but this is a production run, and I don't know who it's productioned by, OEM'd by. Okay, so let's go through some specs just real quick as I zoom in. 4 7/16 closed, 7 15/16 overall. You're getting 3.5 inches of blade length, 3.3 inches of cutting edge. This is all in CPM 20 CV. This is their plain Jane model. I like it. I dig plain Jane stuff. Runs on bearings, weighs in at 3.6 ounces. Blade thickness is 0.140, and the overall thickness is 0.475. I love the milling here. It gives a lot of grip. The milling in the scales is heavy, like big, deep pockets on the show side, which is where my index finger is, 2 huge pockets. And then on the lock side, the lock bar is milled out, and even below the lock bar, there is milling on the scale. So this thing, they did it right. It weighs great, balance is good. The plain jadedness is awesome. I like the little black or darkened hardware. I love the plain pocket clip. Some companies will mill the pocket clip to match the blade or match the scale. I prefer just a plain clip. Like, I think it's cool when there is milling on here and it matches. It's just not my preference. I prefer this because it matches the pivot, matches the other side of the pivot. This is a reversible pocket clip. And what I love about it is there is a plate here. Okay. Now we all know that I love Ed at Red Horse Knife Works. This is the automatic Hellraiser P series. It is also a reversible pocket clip. However, you just have a big gaping hole there. I would have preferred a plate there also. A plate of carbon fiber would have been the cow's meow, the cat's meow, or whatever stupid analogy that sounded much better in my head than it came out of my mouth. But even a silver plate would have matched with this, with the pivot. And then when you reversed it, like, yeah, I would really like manufacturers to include a plate, a block off plate, if you will, spacer plate for when you have a reversible pocket clip like that. That's just me. But they can do that with one screw because it's keyed. So the underside of the pocket clip recesses into that, which holds it steady laterally, and then the screw just holds it in. Awesome, awesome way to do it. The action on this thing is not drop shut. It is really reverse flick only, spidey flick, middle finger flick, index finger flick, maybe, maybe not. I don't think I'm coordinated enough to do the index finger flick. My buddy Eric, Blades and Bullets here over on Instagram, is a master at the index finger flick. I am not even good at the middle finger flick, other than on this knife, it actually works. You can do a thumb. However, you have to really kind of turn your thumb, and it's very awkward. I would prefer, I don't know, I think I'd prefer thumb studs. Like, I'm not going to rush out and buy one of these. I'm not really looking for a new affordable knife anyway. These are like $300-ish on their production series. But if this hole wasn't there and it had a thumb stud, for me, that would be more my jam. But that's me. You may not be. The action, I mean, it just fired. Like, you can't even see the blade. It's just, you think it and it's out. All right, here's with the Sharpie and the Spyderco Delica. What else do I got here that's kind of cool? How about the Hellraiser, just because I pulled it out. This is the automatic version. Little bit bigger. But this Warnetec works great in the hand. Pocket clip feels good. It works good in the pocket too. I have had it in and out of the pocket. So I think it's a home run. Other than the opening method is my least favorite silly method. But again, that's me. And there's a whole genre of knives that are made specifically to middle finger flick. So I must be the minority on this one, which is okay. Anyway, check out some links down below for Dan if you're interested in this. He has a couple of other models, like I said, and he's coming out and doing some custom chef knives in MagnaCut, as well as doing some custom Warnetecs there in his shop in, I believe, Southern California, Los Angeles area. So there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts.